Welcome back to ThinkSmart Media-Ph. Today, we're embarking on an epic journey back in time to explore the wonders of ancient China. I promise you, some of these facts are so incredible, they sound like they're straight out of a fantasy novel. And you absolutely have to stay until the end, because the last fact is a real showstopper that will completely change how you see history. Ready to have your mind blown? Let's dive in. Let's kick things off with a monumental structure you've all heard of, the Great Wall of China. We all picture this ancient, continuous wall stretching across the horizon. But here's a twist. The Great Wall isn't a single, unbroken line. It's actually a massive network of walls, fortresses, and watchtowers built over centuries. While its total length is an astonishing 21,000 kilometers. Most of the iconic stone sections we see in photos today were constructed during the Ming Dynasty, from the 14th to the 17th century. Earlier versions were often made of rammed earth and were less about keeping out massive armies and more about controlling trade and migration along the Silk Road. So, the wall you imagine is really the modern version of a much older, more complex system. Now, think about the device you're watching this on, or the books on your shelf. None of it would be possible without paper. And where did it come from? You guessed it, ancient China. Around 105 AD, a court official named C.Y. Lun is credited with perfecting the paper-making process. He mixed mulberry bark, hemp, and old rags with water, mashed it into a pulp, and pressed out the liquid to create a thin, matted sheet. This invention was a game-changer. It was cheaper and more convenient than bamboo, wood, or silk, and it revolutionized how information was recorded and shared, paving the way for the spread of knowledge and literature across the globe. Let's move from the tangible to the philosophical. Have you ever seen the black and white symbol with the two swirling halves? That's the yin and yang. This concept is one of the cornerstones of ancient Chinese philosophy. It represents the idea that the universe is governed by a balance of opposing but interconnected forces. Yin is the passive, dark, feminine energy, while yang is the active, bright, masculine energy. Nothing is ever purely one or the other. They flow into each other, like night turning into day. This beautiful idea wasn't just abstract philosophy. It influenced everything from medicine and martial arts to art and architecture, creating a worldview centered on harmony and balance. From philosophy to fashion, let's talk about a fabric so luxurious it was worth its weight in gold. Silk. The secret of silk production, or sericulture, began in China as early as 3000 BC. According to legend, it was discovered by Empress Lezu when a silkworm cocoon fell into her tea and unraveled into a long, shimmering thread. For centuries, the method of harvesting silk from silkworms was one of the most jealously guarded secrets in history. Anyone caught smuggling silkworm eggs or mulberry seeds out of China could face execution. This monopoly made China incredibly wealthy and led to the creation of the famous Silk Road, connecting the East and West through trade. Long before Galileo pointed his telescope to the heavens, ancient Chinese astronomers were meticulously mapping the cosmos. They were true pioneers of the night sky. For thousands of years, they kept detailed records of celestial events, including solar and lunar eclipses, comets which they called broom stars, and even supernovas. In fact, Chinese astronomers recorded a guest star in 1054 AD, which we now know was the supernova that created the Crab Nebula. Their advanced understanding of astronomy was crucial for creating accurate calendars, which were vital for agriculture and for the emperor to maintain his mandate of heaven. Now for a discovery that shocked the world in the 20th century. Imagine being a farmer, digging a well, and stumbling upon an entire army made of clay. That's exactly what happened in 1974, leading to the unearthing of the Terracotta Army. This subterranean legion consists of over 8,000 life-sized soldiers, 130 chariots, and 670 horses, all built to protect China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, in the afterlife. What's truly mind-boggling is that every single soldier has a unique face, hairstyle, and expression. It's an incredible testament to the power and ambition of one ruler who wanted to continue his reign even after death. How did ancient people communicate with the gods or predict the future? In China, one method involved oracle bones. These were typically turtle shells or ox shoulder blades used for divination during the Shang dynasty. A question would be carved onto the bone, which was then heated with a hot poker until it cracked. The diviner, often the king himself, would interpret the pattern of the cracks to find the answer to his question. These inscriptions are the earliest known form of Chinese writing, giving us a direct window into the concerns and beliefs of a civilization from over 3,000 years ago. Let's talk about an invention that literally went off with a bang: gunpowder. But its original purpose might surprise you. Chinese alchemists in the 9th century weren't trying to create weapons. They were searching for an elixir of immortality. While mixing sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter, they accidentally created a powder that would burn explosively. For a while, this fire drug was used for spiritual purposes, like scaring away evil spirits during festivals, and even in medicine. It wasn't until centuries later that its military potential was fully realized, leading to the development of firearms and forever changing the face of warfare. Next, we visit one of the most majestic and mysterious places on Earth, the Forbidden City in Beijing. This sprawling palace complex was the heart of Imperial China for 500 years. It's said to have an incredible 9,999 rooms. Why that specific number? Because in Chinese culture, the number 9 is a homophone for everlasting and symbolized ultimate power and eternity. Only the Jade Emperor in heaven was believed to have a palace of 10,000 rooms. So, as the Son of Heaven, the Chinese emperor built his palace with just one room less to show his place in the celestial hierarchy. And finally, the fact that puts everything into perspective. We often talk about ancient Rome or Greece, but China holds a truly unique title. It is one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations. While dynasties rose and fell, the core culture, language, and identity have endured for an astonishing length of time. We have written records from China that date back over 3,500 years, tracing an unbroken line from the Shang dynasty all the way to the present day. This incredible continuity means that the traditions, philosophies, and innovations we've talked about aren't just relics of a lost world. They are the living foundations of a culture that continues to shape our planet today. If you loved learning these amazing facts, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our daily history, science, and culture shorts. We want to hear from you, so comment below which fact about ancient China shocked you the most. Thanks for watching ThinkSmart Media-Ph, where history comes alive every day.